You know, this case of Anna Kepner, the teen girl who was found not alive on that Carnival Horizon ship, is getting more complicated. Her biological father is literally hiding. He hid from the process server who was trying to serve him with a subpoena. Ironically, it's not in a case dealing with Anna's death or anything. It's in a case that Christopher Kepner's wife, Chantel Hudson, her ex-husband, Thomas Hudson, they're fighting over their children and custody issues, money and all that. Chris Kepner, Anna's dad, has been subpoenaed for that custody case. And this process server had a hell of a time trying to give him the official paperwork to get him into court. Now, Anna Kepner was only 18. She's out of Titusville, Florida, when she was found not alive on this Carnival Horizon cruise ship. She was declared dead on November 7th. 2025. The actual crime may have taken place the night before, November 6th. Preliminarily, the autopsy says it was a homicide by mechanical asphyxiation. It's most likely at the hands of Anna's 16-year-old, Anna's stepbrother, T.H. as he's known since he's still a minor. And as far as we know, still today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. You know, it's nearly a month later and no arrests have been made, no charges have been filed as far as we know. I mean, the FBI won't tell us much. Hopefully they would at least tell us when and if TH is arrested. Maybe they'll give us that much info. But all we can do is go by these court filings in this heated custody battle between Anna's stepmom and her ex-husband, Thomas Hudson. They show, indeed, that's how we confirmed, their 16-year-old child, who is, of course, Anna's stepbrother. He's a suspect in her murder. TH is also one of the children in the center of this child support alimony case, back and forth. And so Thomas, who is TH's biological dad, he wants Anna's biological dad, Chris Kepner, to appear and give some kind of testimony at this upcoming hearing on Friday, December 5th. It's scheduled to be 3 hours long. Thomas probably wants Chris Kepner to explain why he and Chantel made the decision to put Anna in that cabin 8341 with TH. And according to Thomas, that choice negatively impacted the future of TH. Per Thomas, the court document literally says the 16-year-old's future has been put in jeopardy because of the choices made basically by Chantel. Thomas is very much criticizing his wife, or ex-wife Chantel, for what he alleges are keeping the children from him, and not only keeping his children from him, but also making the decision to take them on this Carnival cruise. And it's almost like he's saying, well, look what happened. You know, Chantel, you won't give me my time with the kids, but you'll take our kids, including TH, the suspected murderer, on this cruise, and look what happened while they were under your watch. Now TH's future is in jeopardy because basically he's accused in a serious crime. How will this affect TH?
Okay. So in terms of what has happened, we've indicated through our other motions that my client is being denied his parenting time with the two younger children. However, it's come to our attention that we're not aware of the full details. And again, there's apparently an FBI investigation ongoing that the mother took the two younger children on a cruise, and that the older child, who's approximately 16 years of age, is a suspect in the death of the stepchild, an 18-year-old daughter that was in the same room, staying in the same room on the cruise ship. So we're very concerned with those circumstances.
Hopefully we will see more on Friday. I've read a lot in these court documents. And even though Chantel tried to get a gag order on this case and block the media, the judge was not having it. Thankfully, we should be able to see everyone summoned to court on Friday to testify in this 3-hour hearing. But look at how Chris tried to dodge it. He totally tried to dodge it. This was the filing just the other day, December 1st, 2025, this verified return of non-service. I was like, uh-oh. It's showing the process server tried to serve Chris Kepner at this house in Titusville, Florida, where Anna lived. Anna lived in this house. She didn't even want to stay in this house because there's all these accusations of her stepbrother making her uncomfortable. This is the same house where the process server tried to serve Anna's dad, Chris, on the 28th day of November, 2025 at 10:29 a.m. So, normally you get a subpoena. Sometimes it's harder than other times to try and serve this person with a subpoena. This is how the person explained it. On November 28th, 2025, was that the day after Thanksgiving? Yeah, so that was Black Friday, as it were. Process server is just trying to go to this house, and granted, I'm sure a lot of media have been at this house, but at a certain point, Chris Kepner would know this woman is not the media. She even tells him that. But the process server arrived at this designated location at 10:09 a.m. There was an SUV present in the driveway, and it was running as the person approached, the house. It says the windows of the aforementioned vehicle were heavily tinted, making it difficult to determine if there were any occupants inside. Indeed, I hate that. I'm used to heavy tint on the sides, but lately people have been tinting their front windshield. I'm sure they can see out, hopefully, better, but it's so tinted in the front of some windshields. Is that legal in every state? It's kind of scary to see that much tint on a front window, and you can't see who's driving. But it says a posted no trespassing sign was posted in the front of the residence. And indeed, the Daily Mail has been able to capture photos, and I've seen different local News Florida affiliates trying to capture that house, and you can see the little no trespassing sign there. And you've seen even people drive away, but they couldn't tell if it was Chantel and Chris in the truck.
Anna had been living in Titusville with her father, his new wife, and the step-siblings.
This report says the no trespassing sign was there in the front of the residence. One pickup truck was on the side of the driveway. Proceeding to the front entrance, this process server noticed the presence of a Ring doorbell camera. An initial knock on the door, boom, yielded no response, followed by the activation of the Ring device, again with no answer. After waiting several minutes, this server returned to her vehicle. She probably gets this all the time, people don't want to be served usually. They don't want to appear in court sometimes. While passing the running vehicle in the driveway, she inspected both the front and driver's side windows and knocked to ascertain occupancy. The vehicle did not appear to be occupied, so it's running, but the vehicle's not occupied. This process server contacted her supervisor and provided the license plate info from the vehicle present. It's whose vehicle is this? It's Florida tag DH24MS. Records indicate the vehicle is registered to the witness, Christopher Purcell Kepner, at the given address. While stationed at the street, this process server observed the SUV's lights and horn activate as though it was being remotely locked. So she's there trying to serve Chris with this official subpoena, just come to court on Friday, and someone's locking his truck and not just accepting the subpoena. This process server then returned to the front door. Once more, the SUV was checked for occupants, but none were observed. Additional knocks and use of the doorbell, ding dong, also received no answer. Now it says this process server identified herself audibly as process server, clarifying that she was neither press nor law enforcement. Look, I'm not a cop. I'm not the media, even though I know some media, they've lied before. Some reporters will do anything, have lied to say, oh, I'm just serving you. Maybe Chris was afraid if he opened the door, accepted the document, some media would get photos of him. So she's saying, look, I'm not the media. I'm not law enforcement. She displayed her ID badge for the camera while stepping back to ensure visibility from within the home. I can imagine them hiding in there. No response was forthcoming. She knocked and rang the doorbell once more, announcing she had a subpoena for Christopher Kepner, specifying an appearance date of December 5th, 2025. So now at 10:29 a.m., the process server left the subpoena under the windshield wiper of the named witness's SUV, which remained running in the driveway. The car was running. This process server subsequently departed the premises. Upon returning at 11:07 a.m., she noted that the SUV was no longer present, so the SUV had skedaddled by then. A search of the yard and street revealed that the subpoena was not found, so he hopefully received it, and that will not abdicate his responsibility for showing up in court. So will Chris try and dodge testifying in this hearing? He's got to know that the press will be watching, will be there, like, oh, what's going to happen on Friday? What will they say? There's a whole bunch of drama throughout this entire family. Will Chris dodge this subpoena? Well, you can't legally avoid a subpoena by hiding. It says if service is made by court-approved alternate means, however they got to subpoena this man, whether they can mail it to him, whether they did it the way she did it, put it under the windshield wiper, or even publish it in the paper, or however, he's still legally bound to respond to the subpoena. If he ignores it or doesn't show up for court on Friday to testify, he could be held in contempt of court. So there is a hearing on the docket for Friday, December 5th. I believe that one's 9 a.m. And I keep seeing this other one for December 17th, some kind of hearing. I don't know.
Well, Your Honor, we are, so the court is aware, we are set on December 17th in front of the magistrate on my earlier motion.
That's on a motion for contempt.
Now, the court documents prove all the drama. Like, why is Chris hiding from the subpoena? Maybe he doesn't want to go into... There's so much drama on Chris's side with his two ex-wives. Anna had a biological mother, Heather, and two stepmothers, Tabitha and Chantel. And then I've read through a lot of Tabitha's paperwork. It doesn't make Chris, or even Tabitha's own dad, it does not make them look like good guys. So maybe that's the stuff that Chris is hiding from. He doesn't want to come out in the press. It's a whole bunch of drama there. On Chantel's side, with Thomas, there's much drama there too. As far as their 16-year-old son, TH, goes. Okay, his mom, Chantel, claims his dad doesn't have the best relationship with TH, despite Thomas's claims that Chantel is like, oh, she kept the kids from me and all this stuff. Chantel, in her court filings, are saying the kids don't even want to see him, and Thomas didn't show up and pay and everything he's supposed to do. So a court filing from December 2024 says, since relocating to Brevard County, Florida, the two youngest children, they have two young ones, and one that's already not a minor anymore, Chantel and Thomas. The two youngest children have been having difficulties with the way their father treated them. This is what Chantel's filing is saying. The mother, in turn, took the two youngest children to therapy with this woman at Miracle City Counseling on or about May 2nd, 2024, last year, so they can work on issues related to their relationship with their father. She's talking about Thomas, the one who will see him in court again on Friday too, I would expect. The mother has notified the father of the same and has further provided the father with all necessary contact info for this woman, so Thomas may receive updates and attend joint sessions with the children. Now, Chantel is claiming Thomas refuses to attend these joint sessions with TMH. TMH is the 16-year-old boy who's accused of taking away Anna's life, per the child's request. So Chantel is like saying, this 16-year-old boy has been wanting his dad to show up at these joint counseling sessions. And Chantel says the dad refused to participate with the counselor and the children. We don't know if that's true. We know how this goes. There's a lot of back and forth when a divorce happens. If true, though, if this boy, TMH, TH, whatever you want to call him, has a bad relationship with his own dad, we don't know what he's suffered. And of course, this is no justification, but if he suffered any kind of pain in his life, is this why he took out pain on Anna, allegedly? I wonder. That document says, since moving to Brevard County, the mother has been encouraging the two youngest children to speak with their father regularly and has encouraged them to visit their father. However, it should be noted that the children's counselor is now very concerned about the way the father treats or has treated the two younger children of the parties. The counselor does not feel it is in the children's best interest, and it is currently detrimental for them to visit their father at his residence in Hernando County, Florida. So what we have here is Chantel on this side with Thomas, her ex, and their alleged murderer, 16-year-old son, and she's saying, oh, the kids don't want to see him because of how he treated the kids and all this stuff. And Thomas, for his part, is saying, oh, she's keeping the kids from me and she moved and I didn't approve of this. And there's so much back and forth we could get into. It's just sad. And over here, Anna suffering from a biological mom who allegedly had a substance abuse problem. Anna even wrote about it on TikTok, and then dealing with her dad. And it seems like her first stepmom seemed very lovable. Tabitha, she seems like someone, I don't know, she seems like someone Anna was close with. But what's sad to me is once Tabitha got away from Chris, it's like Tabitha had no rights to Anna because I don't even know if Tabitha ever officially adopted Anna. So that's difficult there. Tabitha definitely had problems with Chris in their marriage. So that's hard. Hard row to hoe, And then comes along Chantel moving into the home with her kids, this new second stepmom into Anna's life, bringing in tow with her troubled children, I guess one of them being TH, and him having a negative impact on Anna. It's a lot. We'll just see what shakes down on Friday. There's so much in this case. Let's just read Psalm 49:20. People who have wealth but lack understanding are like beasts that perish. So I'll end it there, and let's keep up with this case and see where it goes from here. I've read so many court documents in this case. Oh my goodness, I will put a link to all that case evidence below. It gets convoluted, and you see just the history of alleged abuses and verbal abuses, and there's so many people involved. So many exes and step parents and all these children. And it seems like everything just culminated into this horrible event where Anna lost her life. The claims are that Anna fought for her life. That's what Anna's aunt, Crystal Wright, is saying. So she had spoken out. That's Heather, Anna's biological mom's sister. And she's just saying, I know Anna fought. I know she fought for her life, so it's rough. It's rough. That's what she told Fox 35 Orlando, but we don't quite know if she meant it rhetorically. Oh, I know she fought for her life, or if she has any direct evidence that Anna fought for her life. So she's just expressing her confusion, turmoil, fear, everything okay, if this boy is a suspect, why hasn't he been charged? What's happening there? That's what a lot of people are asking, but it's difficult because he is a minor and because the FBI is investigating this case. It might not be as readily available as we're used to seeing other murder suspects, get the probable cause indictment and be able to just get all the info right away. This might take some time, but on Friday, the case, that unrelated, kind of related custody case, might give us more information. So let's stay tuned to that and see if Christopher even shows up. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.